Hey guys, we're at the repair shop today. This is why you shouldn't buy a cheap mandolin. Okay, a customer brought this in for a setup, quote unquote. Now setups are when you adjust the strings, you straighten the neck, you adjust the intonation, all sorts of fun stuff on this. The problem is this is basically a piece of wall art more than it is an actual mandolin. So let's go through some of the things that make it less than desirable. Okay, so as you can clearly see, there's no brand name anywhere on this thing, not even on the inside. So that's kind of an issue. Accountability is a problem. You can see they use different plastics on the different tuners, and there's just kind of sloppy craftsmanship. Some of the plastics too long, too short. Yeah, just not a big fan of that. But ultimately, the really big problem, oh, actually, let me point one extra thing out. So this is always what I'm looking for with finished stuff. So this is just really sloppy. So you see those specks? That's a clogged nozzle when they're trying to throw the burst on there. This one, let's see, this is a pretty sloppy 3-tone burst. It's like very clear black with little splotches in it, and then a very clear red with splotches in it. I mean, the wood grade's not great anyway, but you can see that there's probably a crack or something underneath this because you've got this nice gloss finish here, and then it's all of a sudden black. And then this whole, I don't know what kind of nightmare is going on underneath the clear coat there. So it's just a real cheapie. I think there's beginning of a crack there you can kind of see. So someone repackaged this and then sold it to someone else on some cheap online site. But the real problem, I mean, I can look past the cosmetics. The real problem is the action. This is insane. So let's see if I can get it refocus. Okay, so if you see that, I'm using a lot of pressure to press that down. And the further that goes down, the more out of tune this mandolin's gonna be. So not only am I gonna end up with carpal tunnel and hate playing, but it's gonna be out of tune and feel horrible on my fingers. But yeah, you can see, basically, I think ultimately someone just threw the wrong bridge on this because that is insanely high, not set up. I'm going to switch to a different bridge. You can see the nut isn't even cut, it's just dropped in. It's not even properly shaved on the front end, so there probably are intonation issues there. So I'm gonna have to do probably $60 or $70 worth of work to get a $30 to $40 mandolin to play like a $50 mandolin. So kind of a bummer. Placed it with a bridge that was sitting around my shop, much better low angle there. This is going to be playable, but even at the top, now that that's adjusted, this still feels horrible. You can see typically what I want to see is when I press at the 3rd fret, I want to see the space right here to be just above the fret, like a 1/10,000th of an inch. That's just my personal preference. So this is insanely high. So we'll have to do some adjustments to that. And then after all that, we're going to have to figure out and see how straight the neck is and how bad the fretting is. So sounds like a fun project tonight.